Alright, bought these off of eBay. Little remote controls. Batteries are installed and the LEDs light up, so power symbol. So this little box is supposedly a switch, power in, power out. And I was going to use this to control the lights in the garage here. And let's see if we can't open this thing up. Whoa. Well, that's almost feels like it's glued in there. I'm sure it's not. Let me get a spooger. I think that's the right term. I have a kit of spoogers that I bought a while ago, and I've used them quite a bit. They do seem to have their purpose. I like the big metal one, the Sesame, Open Sesame. Oh, there we go. Well, that was fast, wasn't it? So I guess spooger's the way to go. I don't need all of these now. Goes away. Right. Zoom in. Oops. Zoom in here. Relay and a little antenna sticking there. Looks like a little RF board. 6.7458 megahertz. Interesting. Little switch there. I think you can program these to be latched or momentary, maybe. Or maybe it's to pair with the remotes. I don't know. I don't have any data on this yet. It looks like there's two. No, this is a capacitor. 0.68 microfarad. It's an X2 type capacitor. Interesting. So, and a little relay here. There's a little jumper here, a 2-position jumper. So I think we need to get the data from this thing. There is a tiny fuse here. And 2 terminals in and 3 terminals out. Maybe this one is input, power, line neutral and ground, and this one is just line neutral. I think this is the input though, because there's a bridge rectifier over here. There's 4 Schottky diodes here, regular diodes, and a little, it's like a little voltage regulator over there. And there's some digital parts. So I'm assuming that the way this thing works is you just rectify the AC input. You get a DC input of some sorts. There is a big diode here, so that's probably a Zener diode. So it probably rectifies it down to some small voltage, and then it goes through this part here. Where's my magnifying glass? And that part is a 78L05, so that's a 5-volt regulator. And interesting. All right, so let's go online, see if we can't find a data sheet for this thing. I hope you can read this. Let me zoom in a bit. So it says it's 100% brand new and high quality. A, momentary. B, toggle. C, latched. No connection. Connect is toggle. So I think that's this little jumper here. So I think it's connected to toggle. So, which makes sense, on, off. Momentary, toggle makes sense. Learning mode, there's a little switch here for learning mode, and the LED flashes, blah, 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 blah. Input. So I looked at the bottom of the board, and these are labeled neutral and line input. So input's on this side, and then the output is basically the output of a relay, right? So one of them is going to be normally open, normally closed. So one will be straight through, and one will be single pole, single throw, right? So you measure the continuity between these two. So you're gonna get a beeper. So these are shorted, and these are shorted. So as is, the line will go straight through. And then I assume when it's switched, then the middle one will probably stay the same, and then the whatever signal was hit on this pin will now appear on this pin. So it'll toggle. Remove codes, blah 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 blah. Single channel. Okay, so I think we've got enough information to turn it on. So let's do that. We will get our suicide cords and hook them up. Don't do this at home. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of precautions. I have an isolation transformer, I have a switch, I have fuses, I have a lot of things and things. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just going to turn it on. All right, and we will hit the button. Oh, you heard that click? So it is working. And the other one works too. Excellent. So now I can put some load on the output. The 120 volt light bulb, I could put that on the output and try that out. That'd be interesting. Do I have a light bulb? I don't think I do. Oh, I know. I have neon lights. Yeah, let's put a neon on it. Okay, I have a neon light bulb with a 68K resistor. I believe that's the value they used, if I remember right. And turn the power back on, and there we go. So normally it's on, and if I hit the remote, it turns it off. Excellent. So we'll move it over to the other one and see if that one is normally off, and then it turns on. Let's see here. Turn the power off. And let's move it over. Let's move it over here. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I guess that's okay right there. This one up. There we go. All right, let's turn the power back on. And it's off. And if I hit the remote, nothing. And it's stuck on. That's interesting. Turn the power off. That's not good. So I assume that our wiring is not right. So we will move this over to this connector. All right, let's see if that one works better. We're going to use the two outsides. Turn that on. There we go. Excellent. So, I don't know how many amps that relay is rated at. I'm hoping it'll run the entire garage. That will be great. So, now that I know the outside two are the ones to connect to, I can get to trying it out for the whole garage. So I put some heat shrink on my little test light here. I'll keep that around for 120 volt projects if I want to test something. I'll have it ready to go. I found something interesting. I was putting it back in the case, and it automatically covers up that middle terminal when you put the case on. So it tells you right away, use those outside two, which was interesting. So anyway. I think it's a pretty good little. It wasn't that cheap. I expected it to be a little bit cheaper, but you do get two remotes. You're they're pretty nice quality remotes, I must say. They feel pretty good. Anyway. Oh, one last thing. I did look at the relay here. The relay is rated at 5 amps, 250 volts AC at 5 amps, and it's rated at 20 amps at 14 volts. If you believe the specs, that's what it should do. I tested the amount of lighting that I have in the garage, and it's running at about 2.5 amps, so half of the rated current of this relay. So that should work fine. Alright, since it's working, I need to have a power cord attached to it. On one side I need a female connector, on the other side I need a male connector. So I went to Home Depot and they had these things. Okay, zoom out a bit. So they're made so that you can put them like on a power strip. Like power strips are going one way and your thing wants to go this way, and there's not enough room in the power strip, so you can put a bunch of these in the power strip. Then you also have the power strip isn't polluted, it still has connection on the top, but then you can put your thing that has a funny big dongle or whatever on this side. So anyway, $2.50, which I thought was a screaming deal for what I need. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it exactly in half and then put that in there. Alright, these are nice cutters. These are Weha, which is a German company if you don't know. And it cuts very cleanly. So these are nice cable cutters. They're a little on the small side, which is nice for things like this. You can get a bigger one if you're interested in cutters. Let me get another one out. If you have bigger cable, which are these things? Yeah, these are much bigger. These are from Harbor Freight. These are Pittsburgh, and I think I had a coupon the other day and I got these for $5 or $6, something like that. So that was a screaming deal too. Anyway, these will handle like a, oh gosh, almost like a 3/4 inch cable. But only soft things, copper. You don't want to be cutting steel with those things. Okay, so let's strip this back and attach it. Alright, so there we go. I brought across the ground wire as well, so better be safe. And then we can put the top back on and put it into action. Alright, push the button and we get light. Push the button. No lights. Awesome.